Wilmington. Last week, in response to the violence that resulted in a 6-year-old being shot in Wilmington, I asserted that the crime was perpetrated by cowards who are using weapons instead of words to resolve conflict. I also urged our city and our citizens to stand up and stand together to reject this senseless violence, because we can no longer allow a small group of offenders to harm our families, wreak havoc in our communities, or disrupt our efforts to bring jobs and opportunity to our communities. Furthermore, I encourage everyone affected by the violence and those working diligently to address it to not be discouraged, but to double down on your efforts. I want to thank and commend the community for a significant cooperation with the police. I would also like to thank the law enforcement community for their efforts to identify and apprehend those responsible. Looking ahead, if we truly endeavor to reduce gun-related violence, we must stop treating the symptoms and address the root causes of this epidemic. The CDC Community Advisory Council's final report noted that the young people who are perpetrators of gun violence share many attributes, such as frequent absence from school, involvement in the juvenile justice system, emergency room visits, and unemployment. The report recommends early identification and more upstream wraparound services be provided for those individuals who are at the highest risk for engaging in gun-related violence. However, in order to bring such an approach to fruition, it will require an increase in investment, namely adequate and sufficient services such as trauma-informed practice, mentorship, workforce development, peer and professional counseling, and alternatives to school suspensions. Effective and efficient programs and services can and should only be implemented or delivered with proper resources. This may require the redistribution and allocation of the limited resources currently available at the state, county, and local levels of government. This epidemic does not discriminate based on race, cultural, gender, economic, religion, or education. As such, it requires a collective call to action, addressing the youth service delivery gap, public policy issues, and lack of resources, as outlined in the CDC Community Advisory Council's final report, would guarantee that youth at risk of offending would receive the needed support services, resulting in positive youth development, healthier choices, and a better quality of life. I'm Hanifa Shabazz, your president of Wilmington City Council. Have a great week, Wilmington.